Hello, English 11. Thanks for reaching out to me for all of your questions on your Great Depression stories that you've been successfully getting from your family members. It's now time to share those stories. And this is going to be pretty easy. What you're going to do is you are going to go into Blackboard and go into the discussion group tab that I created, the same tab you went to when you did your Tuesdays with Maury Socratic seminar. And once you go in there, scroll all the way down to the bottom and you will see Great Depression stories. And that's where I've started a thread for us to share stories. So if you open up that link and then open up the thread I started, you can write down the brief stories you've learned about as a result of interviewing your family members. You will see I wrote a story about my grandfather, a program that he took advantage of called the CCC, that the United States government created. It was a work relief program for men between the ages of 17 and 28. And he took advantage of that during the Great Depression as a way to not only find housing, but also receive food and receive money. So check out my grandfather's story. That was how he survived the Great Depression. And I certainly look forward to reading all of your ancestors' stories and how they survived the Great Depression. So submit your story on Blackboard and then once you're done with that, read each other's stories, throw some comments in there, and just kind of discover what every family member kind of had to endure during the Great Depression. I'm sure you're going to find a lot of common stories, but you also are going to find some pretty unique, powerful stories as well. Those of you that may not have been able to successfully interview a family member, you can simply write comments and create a discussion. And please know that all my students of all 4 classes are participating in this one discussion thread. So chances are you're going to be reading comments and reading stories from students in other classes, but they're, classmates of yours, friends of yours from other classes. So feel free to comment on their stories and read what they have to offer. So today's goal is to share those Great Depression stories, so that way we can use those stories as a way to springboard us into our next and last unit, which will start on Monday. As always, please email me questions you have. I'll be happy to help you, and I look forward to reading all the different stories that you've come across with how your family members survived the Great Depression. So thanks everyone. Have a great weekend. Look forward to reading those stories. Please email me if you have any questions. Thanks.